Hello, everybody. How are we doing in our quarantine in the middle of this pandemic? I figured I'd sort of enlighten you onto some other things that I've been doing that I find very cost effective, and hopefully they can bring you some joy and excitement. Last night I watched a movie. I really love this movie. It's called Sweet Smell of Success. It's from 1957. It stars Burt Lancaster and Tony Curtis. And real quick, just a blurb from Wikipedia. The film tells the story of a powerful, sleazy newspaper columnist, J.J. Hunsaker, portrayed by Lancaster, based on Walter Winchell, who uses his connections to ruin his sister's relationship with a man he deems unworthy of her. Now, that is really just a broad statement as to the film, but it is outstanding. For starters, even though Lancaster is the lead, Tony Curtis actually has more screen time. And Tony Curtis is this... first off, the movie is dark, really dirty, really nasty. Tony Curtis is this backstabbing little chihuahua of a publicist who needs to get J.J. Hunsaker to write his stuff in the newspaper because this guy can make or break careers, and he is willing to do anything, roll over anybody to do this. Like I said, this was filmed in '57. It's black and white, and it's really very hip. At the time with jazz clubs, and one of the protagonists also is a jazzy guitar player, and kind of these sort of hipster clubs in there of that time, and really, really snappy dialogue, very snappy dialogue, just bang boom, really sharp, witty dialogue. One of my favorite lines is "You're dead, son. Get yourself buried." But considered, I think this came in at number 99 of the greatest 100 movie lines, is a line in the film that says, "I'd hate to take a bite out of you. You're a cookie full of arsenic." And there's many, many lines like that. Really sharp and tight lines. I really highly recommend this. Sweet Smell of Success. Like I say, it's really, really very dark. But there is actually a companion piece to this, and that's the book. Now, most books, you can say, are better than the film. This book, Sweet Smell of Success, which is a collection of short stories by author Ernest Lehman. I bought this used on eBay. I'm looking on eBay right now. There are several copies on there for like $5, $6, free shipping. They benefit charity. They're paperbacks. This book, as far as the short story itself, it pretty much follows the movie, and it's good, but it's the other stories on here. Some are 2 or 3 pages long. Some are, 10 or 15 pages. It sort of carries on the motif of what the movie is about. There's 2 different types of stories. It's people who are sort of backstabbing each other, and then they sort of get their just desserts, or because of what they've done wrong, they have sort of found redemption at the end. In the middle of this is a short story that's about 50 pages long. It's called The Comedian. And apparently they did make a made-for-TV episode of it with Mickey Rooney back in the day. But I don't think anything could mimic the brilliance of The Comedian. That is a harsh, dark, sharp story, man. It really is. It's brutal. It's really brutal. And I recommend, in order of doing this, is watch Sweet Smell of Success. Watch it once to see it. Then go on to eBay, and then go on to eBay, order the book, Ernest Lehman, Sweet Smell of Success. Then go and go onto Wikipedia, IMDb, read some of the trivia, read some of the dialogue, and read some of the stories, and then watch the movie again now that you know how it ends. And watch some of the underlying themes and a lot of the wordplay. Things are happening. There's so much interesting stuff. And I don't want to ruin it for you because I'd like you to enjoy this. But it's really good, and how the dialogue, that snappy repartee between it, and it's very, very interesting analysis. Then when you get the book, which should probably show up pretty quickly because everybody's home, and they'll probably be glad to get your business, so they'll ship it out immediately. Read the book. There are a lot of great stories on there. The Sweet Smell of Success is great. Actually, the last story on there is called Huntsinger, or is it Huntsinger? Oh, there's actually a follow-up to Huntsinger Fights the World. So it's actually another short story featuring the J.J. Huntsinger character, and it kind of fills in more of that character. The comedian, like I say, is outstanding. There are one of my favorite is called Clear Connection, and someday I would like to read Clear Connection as a spoken word piece. It's a very short. It's not that long, but I actually would like to see if Jandik, the musician Jandik, would provide the musical background to this. I think it would be a cool collaboration between the two of us. That would really, I think his type of atonal music would really add to when you read, if you check out Jandik and then read this story in the book, you're going to find yourself really, you'll see what I mean by it. It has a sense of tension, and I don't want to give it away, but it's really, really, really good. Again, it follows Ernest Lehman's, like I say, there's two sides to the way he writes. Either, your sins are going to come and get you, or you find redemption at the end for it. And this is part of, you're getting it for your sins. So, anyways, Sweet Smell of Success. The movie, 1957, Tony Curtis, Burt Lancaster, and many, many other characters. And then Ernest Lehman's Sweet Smell of Success book. I highly recommend you getting it. You can find it on eBay, like I say, for under $10. There is a first edition copy for $75, or best offer, but like I say, there's several copies there for under $10. Gives you something to do in this time of crisis, and like I say, stay home, stay safe, stay away from others, and we'll beat this. Peace, everybody.